Hello and welcome to ET Garage. Today's video is going to be about pistons, rings, and other things. Alright, like I was saying, today's video is going to be about pistons, rings, and other things. Anyone who hasn't been following my channel, I'm refreshing my 385. I built the 383 years ago. I think it was like 2015. I was looking at my build sheet and probably put about 54,000 miles on it or something like that. And a year ago, it broke a piston ring. So I took it apart, had it bored out from 383 to 385. So I went from 30,000s over to 40,000s over. And ran it about a year, but I was never happy with that refresh. And I felt there, some things were too loose, and there were other problems. And anyway, and then I went to go ahead and do an intake change. I'll leave a list to that playlist. I'm going to a Chinese copy of the ProFlow XT intake from TunePort and found some problems. And decided to just pull the motor and go through it, and then found even more problems. So the pistons that I'm using now are still good, but I did decide to send them out to line coating and give that a try. Hopefully it works out real good. Basically, this coating it takes up all the clearances as it breaks in. It like wears off initially, and as it goes through the break-in process, and then once it breaks in and it goes through a couple of heat cycles, it sets and conforms to the cylinder, takes all the rock out of the pistons, all that good stuff. So hopefully this works out real well. Another thing I'm doing is I'm going to be trying a different set of piston rings, and let me show you those piston rings right now. Like I was saying, I'm going to use Summit Racing gas-ported piston rings. What's that mean? That means they're total seal gas-ported piston rings, and by gas-ported they mean they have these little grooves cut into them. Hopefully you can see that good. And that just allows gas from the combustion chamber get behind the ring and push it outward. That's supposed to aid in better sealing. These are low tension rings, which is good for race, not necessarily good for street. I know you can leave your opinion on that down in the comment section, but I'm going to go over how I'm going to mix and match rings. So, if you look, when you install an niche, you just follow the directions. No matter whose rings you buy, what kind, follow their directions. When it comes to gapping, follow their directions. If you're going to be running boost and power adders, you go on the larger size. If you have a cool running motor and it doesn't see a lot of RPM, you can go tighter. You'll hear 1,000 opinions on this on all the forums and the internet and everything else, Facebook, wherever you want to look. But my advice is follow their directions. When it comes to gapping, installing, seating, all that stuff, just follow the piston manufacturer's directions. The second ring, or the oil scraper come brushing ring, like I said, it's going to have that taper in it. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very fine taper. You might be able to see it on the end there. But, the dot goes up. Most manufacturers, the dot goes up. And I've had total seal rings where they have it etched instead of a dot. So, just like the compression ring with the grooves, this one you don't need a dot because the grooves go up. That's pretty obvious. But it has the dot on it. And then getting on to the oil scrapers. If you look at these oil scrapers, these are low tension. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix standard tension oil rings with these. I prefer oil control over the higher tension. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. But if you look, and I'll show you the rings first. This is the low tension one. Low tension is, I believe, 15 pounds. And standard tension, I believe, is 20 or 25 pounds. And you can see the difference in the width. Can't mix and match these with the expander. The expander is, as you can see, wider also. I mean, I guess you could mix them. I don't know how that would work out. I wouldn't want to try it. If you mix them and match them, just keep that in mind. So, low tension here, standard tension here. Low tension, standard tension. So now I imagine these, when they say low tension, I'm not sure if they mean these are low tension too. To me, these feel like standard tension. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should just go with the low tension oil rings. Oil control on a street engine and longevity is more important than all-out performance. So let me know what you think down in the comment section. Maybe I will go with the low tension. Who knows? See what happens. Hate to find out I got an oil control problem though after, with the low tension ones. Let's move on to the next subject. And the next item is the camshaft. Now, I ordered another camshaft. Should be here Monday, along with pretty much everything I need except the heads. Crankshaft is here. I got that yesterday. That came back from getting balanced. I had to get a new crankshaft for people who haven't been following. The original crankshaft was a externally balanced cast crank, and I sent it out to be ground, and they find a micro crack starting to form in it when they magnafluxed it, and I decided to get a new crank. So I got an internally balanced forged crank. Of course, I had to get new flex plate, new harmonic balancer, and all that stuff. But anyway, getting back to the camshaft. This is the old camshaft. This is a CompCams 08-302-8. And that was, let me think. These are hydraulic rollers. The new one I'm getting, and this one. And so is the factory original, because it's a 90 Corvette. This was 210 intake duration, 220 exhaust duration, 112 lobe separation. 480 lift. Its RPM operating range is supposed to be 1200 to 5200. The cam I will be replacing with this is a Summit hydraulic roller cam. It has 212 on the intake, 218 on the exhaust, 112 lobe separation, 525 lift on the intake, 520 lift on the exhaust, and its operating range is 1500 to 6000. So, whether I'm going to like this combination better or not, because I'm more of a street person and a track person, we're going to find out. Like with the ProFlow intake and that cam, and before I was running the Tune Fort with this cam, well, we'll find out. Just all I can do is say is if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and check and all that stuff. That's what's going to go on. And like I said, the crankshaft, crankshaft is out in the garage. I was checking bearing clearances earlier in the day. I'll go over all that stuff in a separate video. And one more thing I want to show you, and that is Marvel Mystery Oil. Now, I know there's pros and cons to Marvel Mystery Oil, but I find it to be very good for a lot of uses. One thing I use it for when I assemble this motor, I like to use it on the cylinder walls. Helps the ring seat in, and light thin oil on the cylinder walls helps them break in right away, in the ring seat right away. The biggest thing I use this for, though, is my lawn equipment. I add it to the gas, and that helps keep the white powdery stuff that forms in the bottom of the fuel bowl due to all the alcohol that they add to the gas these days, or whatever you want to call it. What I recommend is, if you do use it, get it by the gallon. You can get it like $25 to $26 from Walmart. Shipped to the door free. So you're better off getting it like that, and it'll last you a long time. It's not something that goes bad over time. And instead of buying all those little bottles, that's all I'm going to go over for now, I think. So let's end the video here. Before I do, though, I should have video when I go ahead and put the motor together. I should have everything but the heads on Monday. So it'll probably be Monday afternoon when I get them. And it's Tuesday, I'll put it together, or put the bottom end together. I already checked crankshaft clearances and connecting rod clearances. So I went and ordered another set of bearings because I want to jumble some bearings around, get the size I want. And I was really surprised how quick I got this line-to-line coating back. This time of year, when I have any type of machine work or engine work done, they're usually packed because that's when, during the winter time, is when everybody sends their stuff in to get done. And this came back pretty quick. I forgot. I think it was less than 15 days. They say 15-day turnaround, but yeah, I think it was less than that with shipping, including the shipping. And I called them before I sent them. I said, would you be able to get it in 15 days, or this time of year you're busy, it might be up to a month? She said, yeah, it might be probably a month. But they got them back right away, so I was real happy about that. The same with the crankshaft. That took only less than a week, I think. I dropped it off, and they balanced it and got it back to me right away. I was pretty surprised. So that's back. Just got to wait till next Monday when the rest of the stuff for the bottom end comes in. Then I can wrap that up and just wait on the heads. And then when the heads come, I'll have to do a push rod check, and I'm almost positive I'm going to have to order push rods. I'll go over that in another video, and other stuff I'm going to have to get. So, and if things go well, before March, I will have this motor together and in the car and running, and then I got to do the tune on the computer and dyno it. But like I said, let me end the video here. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.